Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Banners of Ruin, where today I hope that we are actually going to conclude this first run. Let's take on the slightly harder combat. I was thinking about this a little bit yesterday. I feel like with a lot of these combats, one of the bigger problems that the game really has is that you have essentially beaten a combat very early into it. Like once you knock down one or two of the enemies, the rest of them become functionally unable to really threaten you anymore, right? But you're probably only 20 to 25% of the way through the temporal length of the actual combat at that point, and then you just have to like play out the string for a long time. I don't exactly know how I would recommend that they fix that, but it does feel like that is probably a thing that needs to. It would be good for the game for that to get fixed. Whenever this character receives damage equal to 5 or less, that damage is ignored. So that's awkward for all of our weasels. Fortunately, we have some other stuff we can do. So let's go ahead and I guess we may as well lead with the halberd. Ruination is fine, although we shouldn't, you know what, we shouldn't play Ruination yet. I am still going to use the Weasel ability because it will still stack up the bleeds, and also because draw a card. I was really hoping for Blood Ritual. Do we care particularly who gets hit here? You're attacking... Okay, so the two on the bottom are the more annoying enemies, for sure. Do I want to do it again? Basically, at this point, just to draw a card. Kind of? Yeah, I think kind of. Okay, let's... I want you to be the one who plays Ruination, so I guess the bear will do Sharpened Steel. Just going to get some cards out of our hand real quick here, so that I'm sure that we will actually have room to draw. Strange Mist was not a great pull. Alright, stack up the bleed. You're gonna pull Ruination. And then, sadly, we don't get the Acid Burn, but I could have done this instead of the Ruination if I had just used Vanguard on somebody else. Yeah, that's probably would have been right. It's fine. So I guess Bear may as well do this thing. We'll hope to pull some kind of multi-attack next turn. Some people are missing health, so we may as well Strange Mist. And then it's just like Ragged Claw. Yes. I somehow, I just read past the moving part of their attack. They didn't really do a very smart job of that, though, did they? They kind of put themselves in the worst possible position with it. They really made it easy to survive. So, Bear. Poison tip these nerds. Okay, so we don't have great stuff here. We can lay some stacks of Overwhelm down on somebody. I'm hopeful that we can kill this guy without needing the Overwhelm, since he's got so much bleed on him already. So we probably want to hold off on the Overwhelm until we know for sure. Let's do that. Need to get like one or two more cards out of my hand here. The Estoc was a pretty good draw, although I don't know if the charge... I'm curious when this is checked. Like, is it the base damage of the attack or the final damage of the attack? Let's find out. Does this, in fact, do 21 damage? Yes, okay. So it is the final damage of the attack. So charge allows you to overcome Juggernaut pretty easily then. So you just need like a little tiny tap. Solid footing is pretty bad. There's no way to get you into the front row, is there? Nope. Well, this is awkward. We're just gonna have to use a real attack of some kind on this dude. So half of the damage is applied to adjacent targets. Yeah, Rush is not gonna cut it. I guess Carnage is fine. We'll just ruin solid footing, or honestly, probably Rush. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. So now you're down. We can, in fact, roar at you. And I guess leaving Rush for the bear would have been a reasonable play. And it doesn't really matter who we go after next. So we're going to thresh somebody with Candiford. He doesn't get to be the one that ruins things, which is a shame. So I guess that means that's all that's going on for this turn. I think we're done aside from that. Somebody is hitting the bottom here, right? No, they're hitting the bear. Well, I mean, I guess you may as well solid footing then. And you're going to take a big hit, but there's not a lot we can do about it, so 6 more damage is not the end of the world. Okay. Do I want to draw another card? Yeah. Hey, it's the blood ritual. Never at the right time, you know? Okay, so at the end of this character's turn... Interesting. I was expecting the damage from the attack to happen immediately. So... I assume that if we put up block at this point, it would help with that, but, like, whatever. We're fine. We'll just heal it off later. So... yeah, this feels like a good start. They're both just going to gain a bunch of defense, or at least that's what they think. Somebody should quick hands. I suppose it can be you. We don't really have very compelling damage output this turn, which is a real shame. The stacks of Overwhelm aren't going to help at all with Candiford's Concealed Blades, but we are going to do a bunch of Concealed Blades. So you have... Last time we played Upper Hand, like, it really exploded, and I'm just now remembering that I was going to look at what happened there. So yeah, it definitely happened again. You know, I could just pause and go try to make sense of that, because it does seem like rather more damage than I was expecting, is all. Let's see. Let's do 8 damage. I'm going to hand 2 charge to you for later. Okay. Some fun draws here. This is definitely enough damage, right? At the very least, the bear can take on injury, and then we can bloodlust the hell out of somebody. Sorry, bloodlust the hell out of the one person who's allowed to play bloodlust. Warcry. Okay, and now do, I don't know, whatever you want. Throw some acid. Okay, that's that is in fact lethal right there. Nothing we do here is going to give us any HP. You should probably fix this problem. So yeah, I guess we're good. Wait, did I miss something in the math there? I mean, whatever. He just gained health. Can I draw more cards? I drew the exertion right after we reshuffled the whole discard pile. That's very awkward. It would have been nice. Would have been nice to be able to pull back the Strange Mist and get to throw it up one time on the back row. I mean, obviously this is like pretty trivial from here. We just do a lot of damage. You don't actually have that much damage here. You have some charge. He actually doesn't... he does not, in fact, have more charge than armor right now. But we're going to shrapnel him and see, because I believe we have not gotten a chance to test this yet. If the target has to have more charge than defense when the attack begins, or if after the 5 damage is fine. Okay, it does the check after the 5 damage. Lovely. So that definitely should have been enough damage to kill you. Why was that not enough damage to kill you? Oh, right, because the small hits were underneath the Juggernaut value. Should they have been, though? Because the Weasel did have charge. I don't know that we want any of this. Yeah. Do I want the Estoc over the Exquisite Sword? Probably not. The Retaliation is not more valuable. Yeah, that makes more sense. It's a pretty minor difference, though. Right, a cargo wagon escorted by several guards trundles past. A chest rattles inside. You know, we might be past riches. It may be the case that it no longer really matters. I don't think we need a heal. Oh, hell yeah. That's a lot of XP. That is a positively weasel leveling amount of experience points. Strikes and guards, okay, obviously not so good. Whenever this character plays a card costing will or uses their ability, they heal for 10. I mean, we use the weasel ability constantly, so that seems okay. Or each combat, Taste for Blood is spawned to your hand. Every time this character kills an opponent, that symbol permanently increases its stack by 2. So ruin a card in hand, gain brutality equal to the stacks of Taste for Blood. So... boy, do I think this is good? No, right? Kind of no. I'm going to take the heal. Even though that's probably not, like, strictly necessary either. And I think because you are the one who draws when you fire your ability, we're going to give you another point of will. Another point of stamina, obviously, is pretty relevant, but hard to turn down the card draw. Pestilent is very weird. At the start of their turn, if this character has no allies in their rank, they gain... okay, gaining stamina is cool. Or whenever this character banishes a card, 5 bleed is applied to a random enemy. That's very interesting, because Concealed Blade does banish when you play it. This seems great. And yeah, will for you as well. Even more banishing. The mouse. That's not bad. If active characters in the front rank deal 1x5. Okay, that's a mighty powerful way to take advantage of some charge. Yeah, you know what? I will take that. That seems very doable. And bear. I'm a little surprised the bears can also get this. It feels like a very mouse card, and it also has like a mouse in the art and everything. If this character's next attack deals damage to vitality, you may move or swap the opponent. I mean, this is also pretty relevant, especially on the bear. Yeah. And I think stamina? I don't know. I don't think either the stamina or the will is very important for the bear. There's not a moment to lose. Hesitate and you're going to take a beating. Tackle it head on and you'll just about get away. Okay, well, let's tackle it head on. A chance to heal, or we can be startled by a hooded figure who then tries to sell us something. Well, it says offer. The crowd is blocking our progress through the middle path. I guess I'll take the heal. I don't really... Provisions has mostly meant cards so far, I think, and I'm really not excited about gaining more cards. You turn a corner and find yourself in a less than reputable part of town. Many of the structures are in disrepair, and even the light seems to avoid this place. Up ahead, you see people nestled in a small sanctuary. Before your eyes can adjust, the smell hits you first. If you're not sick, get out of here. I haven't got time to deal with you. Well... We could ruin something. Do I have anything that I wouldn't mind ruining? We didn't really pick up, like, bad stuff. Yeah, at this point, most of the cards we have left are, like, pretty good. Solid footing could go. Pardon me. Yeah, solid footing could go. I don't necessarily think... Oh, no, upper hand. Except when we play upper hand, it, like, extremely kills people for some reason. So we're probably going to keep it. Yeah, I wouldn't mind losing solid footing. And this is more about gaining a ruined card than it is about, about the other effect, about the actual heal. How about the wounded one? You threaten the mouse. You're Landon's men, aren't you? Blackfoots, Enders, you're all the cursed same, and we always suffer for it. I don't feel like we needed to threaten him necessarily. It sounded like he was willing to heal as long as somebody needed healing. A chance to improve. What exactly does this mean? Some Enders are hot on your tail. You turn a corner to find a seemingly dead end. Canterford yells, "Over here, a hatch!" Ah, the cursed thing is sealed. Yeah, Canterford will take 10 damage to gain up stamina permanently. That's awesome. Okay, we've definitely seen this event before. I just had forgotten, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead and do some combat. It's weird that it drew the red powder and then just waited a second. It's like, let this sink in. Look how impressive it is. Well... This is interesting. With red powder and war cry and battle tempo, we could probably get a fair amount of damage out of Gray this turn. So what's your deal? Right, you have 50 armor, you're losing it all the time, but you'll gain some back if you move around, and then just real tough dudes at the back. Okay. Let's have Gray do a battle tempo on somebody. Alright, just a quick 15 charge. And then we'll throw this up. Hold on, I know I'm going to draw cards. Let's just draw a card. Yeah, I don't think that changes anything. Pretty solid start. And I did want to sink the stacks of Overwhelm and then get the extra attacks out of Gray before we did anything else. And then, yeah, from there it doesn't really matter who we do what to. Let's just start doing damage. Okay, so you're nearly dead already. So whenever you banish a card, I mean, this is going to be really interesting, right? So it sticks the bleed pretty silently, it looks like. Ah, right, remember the back row has this magnificent plate. Everybody in the back row has the magnificent plate. So that is going to blunt the effectiveness of this a little bit because we cannot target where the bleed goes. But okay, 2 of them happened in the front row. That's pretty good. We probably want the bear to play coordination, but this is way overkill for that. I'm actually just going to do this. We're going to hit you with one more of these. And then... Right, they're gonna grab their venom stacks and then jump to the back. And do you guys... No, okay, you do not block 4 people in the back row. So it's not even really that big of a deal. Boy, what do we want to do here? I probably don't want to carnage the war cry, right? I can ruin a concealed blade. Yeah, okay, let's... Alright, sorry, that gains strength and then coordination. So let's have you carnage off... I guess I may as well carnage off one of your concealed blades, because you're not going to be able to play them all. Very nearly. And that's fine, I guess. We can have Terrorwind do it. No, never mind. I don't have enough stamina. I was going to say, like, a single point of hysterical on Terrorwind doesn't really hurt too much at this point in the battle. But I think we are maybe just out here. I don't think I want a Frenzied Gouge with anybody else. Especially since it would not get anywhere near killing the enemy. Yeah, let's just pass it along here. So, start with card draw. Hey, that's a pretty fun one. I'm not going to be able to generate any charge through Ruination here, so I guess we may as well just attack. Alright, that got through most of your armor, and they're all as vulnerable as they're ever going to get. And then we have, like, decent Ruination. Anybody can play Ruination. Probably it ought to be the bear. But actually, let me throw some more concealed blades out here. Because I do believe we're just going to draw another card. Okay, we drew a Ruin, which at least powers up the Ruination. Don't feel too bad about that. So you need 12 more damage. I should have red powdered the back row. I wasn't really thinking about sequencing very closely. Well, we should still do it. So let's... I'm not going to be able to shrapnel anybody in any meaningful way. So if I just do a mouse ability now, just punch someone for 3 damage. The red powder, you know what? That's not worth it. It's not a big enough gain. Yeah, just go ahead and throw it out. Okay, so that was enough to kill you. Turns out sequencing that did not matter so much. And then we just get started on this one, I guess. So, 15 damage across the front row. Also 15 damage across the front row. And there's no way we do enough damage to actually kill one of these things, right? Well, sadly, I'm pretty sure there's nothing for it. Okay, so you can bleed properly now. Let's go ahead and lay some damage and bleed on you. Even though the bonus bleed that bounces off obviously is not going to be very useful. And then the bear may as well. Probably not a good idea to have Gray do a perish on a turn where Gray's also going to get all of this cleave across the face. We're not going to be able to do the shrapnel on anybody except this Ender Knight anytime soon, so I guess we're getting pretty close to the end of it here. We're kind of running out of gas. Probably want to leave you at nearly armor broken? Well, maybe. So the way I read this card, all it should do is 6 damage and then apply this upper hand effect to Gray, right? But I am clearly misapprehending it because it always causes Gray to like immediately kill someone. And I'm not sure why. And then obviously Gray gains vigor because that's what happens when Gray kills someone. But like, that second hit shouldn't be doing that, right? It's going to turn out to be like some really obvious interaction that I'm just not grasping. I'm going to feel really stupid because that's how this always goes. Whenever you don't get a thing on camera, but I just don't see it at the moment. Okay, that's exciting. So we have an injury to go with Blood Ritual. Let's draw another card. I was kind of hoping to find another injury. This'll do, though. We can we can work with this. So there's no sense in stacking up the bleeds on you just yet. Or you, I guess. So we need to get your shield, your armor under 60. Well, I guess probably how we want to start this is just by bill hooking you back into the back row so that you don't actually do anything this turn. Then we're just not going to be able to get enough damage here, right? Because I wanna play Nefarious after we get him down to 60, obviously. Right, but I have that, and then yeah, unfortunately, we are going to have to just like play some really weak concealed blades or something. 'Cause this doesn't actually do damage by itself. Yeah, all right. The two weasels are going to have to just concealed blade this guy a bunch of times. It is a shame that it has to go down like this. Alright, when this character's armor is above 60, he can't bleed. So at this point, I should be able to properly apply a bleed. And a second injury. Okay, pretty exciting. So yeah, we... Injury, you bloodbath for next turn. We're going to ruin one of your concealed blades. These are Candiford's concealed blades. Whatever, we're going to ruin one of his. Yeah. Wow. Okay, that's exciting. So you pick up 40 stacks of that real quick. You're going to pick up the Blood Wrath. Am I going to Blood Ritual first? No, of course I need the blood, right. Oh, actually, it has to be the active character, though. Shoot. Well, never mind. We're not going to Blood Wrath. Throw a sulfur bomb over there, and then now we can actually apply bleeds. So let's go ahead and do some of that. I appreciate that the bleeds can be applied to the person that you're triggering the attack with, or triggering the bonus bleed with. And then we... Oh, right, yeah, the blood ritual, right. All the stamina has to be on the same character, damn it. Well, still, we got pretty good value out of all those bleed stacks here. Because we sure are going to do a lot of damage with our next attack. So, who is up? Okay, exertion was like a very high tier draw. Boy, which thing do we want? Do we want to just throw red powder? I think that's probably it. We just throw more red powder. Because I think a multi attack with the brutality up should allow me to apply the bleed to both people, right? So if we can just generate enough damage to get this guy's armor down to 60, then we can apply 40 stacks of bleed to both of them simultaneously? I think. Yeah. So let's get the red powder. It may as well be the one that heals you. And then the question is, can we make that happen? Can we, in fact, do all of that damage? Sadly, we don't get a lot of value out of strategy here. Well, we can start with this. That's certainly going to help. And then strategy, overpower, butcher, and then he still has Bull's Charge available. So if the character's next attack... Oh, it's not going to deal damage to vitality. Well, whatever. Putting strategy up still doesn't hurt. Let's go ahead and have you butcher. It may as well be you. And then we just take off the stacks of winded. And then Candiford can only deal so much damage. Ah, but vulnerable makes it enough. So wait, I'm doing 4 contact damage with each of those hits? Shouldn't that be 25% more than 2? Why is that hitting so hard? I don't know, whatever. I guess it's fine. So now we throw up a red powder that is truly horrifying. And that's very close to game. May as well put the overpower up. Have the effect for next time. Sadly, we do not get to do anything this turn. And Terowin's going to take a little bit of a beating. Should be Strange Mist time pretty soon, right? Yeah, it's still in there. And we just did not get there. Well, I mean, it's trivial to kill them from here. It's a shame we can't heal first, but I guess, yeah, fire that. Sorry, we do have some card draw. We do get to Strange Mist. Hooray! Alright, so almost back to full. Got a little bit of damage in the back row still. I mean, what am I doing? We can just end turn. But you see what I mean there? Like, I think I will take them their quick hands. Drawing cards is very good. I feel like that battle was resolved a long time before it actually ended. We should probably jump into what I'm sure is going to be functionally the same combat, because Desolate and Gray are both right on the border of leveling up. It's a little different. The thing is, like, the right way to deal with every enemy is either move them out of the current rank or kill them as fast as possible. So it doesn't feel like we're making terribly different decisions from battle to battle. So your deal is exactly the same as before. Okay, so this is gonna hurt if we can't kill both of the spearmen, which I'm pretty sure we can't. But let's start with Exquisite Sword. Then we should probably throw a quick Acid Burn. Oh shoot, I meant to fire the ability, then Exquisite Sword, so that we could red powder really hard. Let's draw a card. Carnage is not super exciting. Yeah, I can have you coordinate, and we still get value. All right, now we red powder. So you're almost dead. You need a single concealed blade. Just a little tiny push. And then, yeah, I guess it's the spearman. Just keep focusing on him. Well, I probably want a Rondel Dagger. Okay, so you are almost certainly actually dead. There's only one person who has the silly bleed thing, so probably Candiford will get most of the bonus bleed stacks out. Nope, he's sure to hit that guy first. So one more ought to do it. Okay, and then like Sharpened Steel off of you gets below 60. I should have done that first. Again, sequencing, like, not doing a great job working my sequencing. Now we can actually stack bleed on you, in addition to all of your vulnerability and stuff. Your various vulnerabilities and overwhelms. And then I think we just ruin this other concealed blade. And it doesn't really matter who does this. Yeah. I'm assuming they won't let me play this if I don't have 2 non-ruin cards in my hand. No, they totally will. Wow. That card's pretty good if it's the last card in your hand. Okay, so that Ender Knight is in just terrible position. So an absolutely miserable state. Okay, hold on a second. I just want to test something. If I just upper hand a guy when he's at full health, does Gray go nuts and remove him from the table? Actually, I think I care about the archers a little bit more here. Although you are going to hit the whole. Yeah, like what is this interaction? Okay, that's the second hit is not for everything, and it is an opportunist hit, right? I have no idea why it's so large. Well, we're certainly not getting rid of that card at this point. All right, you can go ahead and halberd. Dude is actually almost dead. Oh man, halberd interacts with vindictive in a very pleasant way. Or no, wait, that wasn't vindictive. Something caused additional bleed. But it shouldn't have been that, because the halberd doesn't banish, right? No. Oh, right, if they have bleed, with the second pulse was not additional bleed, it was crippled, right. The bear can quick hands, I suppose. Injury's not super exciting. Shrapnel is just a small amount of damage. Yeah, alright. Okay, so sadly you need one more hit. And then, yeah, we just start working on a random one of these. The bear may as well gain all the shielding. Once again, I'm kind of just like doing whatever because the combat difficulty is not demanding perfect sequencing, but also I am sequencing very badly and I am aware of it. You know what? Draw me a card again. Nope, sorry. You. Draw me a card again. Yeah, I mean, battle tempoing off of this is totally fine. I have no idea why that card would require confirmation. So we can have the bear just throw 5 or 6 damage out. I guess it may as well be 6. Alright, that heavy shield card is pretty solid. So this time we're totally going to do the blood ritual correctly. Before we do that, is there anything really important? I mean, we should probably throw up Nefarious. There we go. Whenever a character draws a card, yep, I did totally skate right past that effect. So we might want to hold off on the Strange Mist until after I... Yeah, we probably want a Strange Mist after I use Terwin's ability once, and we want to do that after we have played some significant number of cards. I guess I'm going to have you do the butcher thing. And I'm not so worried about this guy. Do we want... Yeah, I guess you can be next. Alright, so let's have Gray throw a pretty damaging thing out here. Before we start stacking damage on this guy, right? Okay. Then... Blood Ritual is just a kill. And you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do it on him now. I see no reason to wait. Alright, now... we have enough room in hand for you to draw 4 cards. And I guess the Overwatch... Okay. It's triggered as much as it's going to. So we drew Butcher again, which is pretty awesome. At this point, I don't know that it matters too much what we do. I guess you don't really need the Overwhelm. Honestly, all the bleed we're going to get off of Candiford's Concealed Blades is probably going to come pretty close to finishing the fight itself. Okay, so you need 1 little attack. And then you need... Yeah, also pretty much just one tiny little thing. And we actually gained a considerable amount of health there. Is my... Yeah, Strange Mist is still in the yard. So let's just go ahead and... Exertion for Strange Mist. play Strange Mist on the back row, and then end turn. Okay, party's basically at full health again. Overbearing Swing is kind of cool. If dual wielding, attack twice more is pretty cool. I don't know, does deal weapon damage use both of your weapons when you have two weapons? That's a thing that might be worth testing at some point. Probably on a different run. We've reached the gatehouse. The rails of the iron portcullis, that's, okay, not the usual way of writing that, stand like great fangs of a foul metal beast. You dread to think what force lies behind it, but it's your only way through. And by that we mean going to the side of it and fighting some dudes with halberds. Is your only way through. Well, this doesn't seem all that dangerous. So you're going to gain zone of control. So they're all going to do 20 damage to this lane that only has one person in it. Okay. That's fine. I guess you're allowed to do that. No special rules or anything here. Sadly, we don't have any like early overwhelms. So I guess let's just play out some stuff, right? We can bounce somebody to the back row, and it may as well be... I don't know, it doesn't really matter who it is. You. We want to make a little bit of room in our hand, right? But I don't necessarily want to play any of my ruin cards because we want to, if we draw Ruination, we want to leave that possibility open. And of course, I'm looking to draw as many injuries as I can before I commit the blood ritual. So I don't really want to use too much more of the bear's strength here. So we need to free up a little bit more space. Okay, the billhook was not a great draw. It's fine. But given the way things are working out here, we're probably not actually going to use it. So I guess, yeah, just damage, damage, damage. So we could do coordination, hand gray forward, 12 charge, and then I don't know what we're going to do with that charge. Probably just hold it for a future turn. I guess let's go ahead and take the injury. We're not going to draw any more this turn, so we can go ahead and commit this. I could just deal 10 damage with this. Yeah, that's absolutely a better play. I don't know what I'm doing. What I'm considering. Get the damage. There we go. Throw out a whole lot of bleeds here. Let's do this before I forget. We may as well Strange Mist the back row. It is free to play it. Then I think we're going to have... Yeah, Thresh is lethal, right? So there we go. That's kept most of the damage off of Terowin. Okay, my Exquisite Sword is not a terrible draw. I wish we'd found some of the red mist. Or the red powder, rather. I really would like to get that overwhelm up. You know what? Let's Let's have you do the butcher. Okay, maybe we're still gonna get there. Oh, right. Cards. Yep. Damn it. Damn cards in hand. I mean, it's not a big deal. Okay, so you're basically dead. Let's start stacking up all of the wildly targeted bleeds with Candiford, and we'll see exactly how close we are here. Actually, already dead is how close we are. Okay, this is going to be pretty easy from here. So, yeah. Once again, like, as soon as the first enemy was dead here, the fight was over. Right? We were no longer in any kind of danger at all. So it's just a shame that the battle has to go on for such a long time from there. So we don't even really need 2 exertion for the Strange Mist, because Terowin is going to stoic off any damage that they take anyway. See no reason not to open with the red powder, probably from gray. That is true. We got to apply 2 debuffs there, so Opportunist triggers twice, which is cool. It's not really a thing I was thinking about, but you can war cry real hard and then just like hit them. Not hugely exciting, but it'll get the job done. And then at this point, the weasels don't even really need the deck anymore. They just kind of do their own thing. How many copies of Quick Hands is it correct to put in your deck? I don't know. All of them? It's probably all of them. Cool Bear passives. Boy. So, whenever this character receives damage, I believe we're only triggering poison off of our weasel when he actually loses health, right? I'm pretty sure people who hit his armor don't get the thing. But honestly, this is the only one of these I can imagine ever doing anything, so I guess we'll take that. And sometimes we still do run out of stamina because I don't think about the sequence hard enough, so I guess we'll take that. All bleed applied to this character is converted to poison instead, which is better because the poison hits armor. That's not great. Bonus will. If this character has more than 75% vitality, they gain stamina. We're close to having enough card draw that extra stamina like just has broad value. But also, why not just have extra will, right? And then, like, if we're starting each combat with 2 more will, do we need a 6th point of will? Probably not. All right, so we're pushing up on the end of the game here. We're all at full health, and I suspect combat is not going to bring us to... It's not going to get us a level up on anybody, so... I guess provisions. We don't have enough money to hire anyone. Remove all your armor, deal damage equal to the amount lost. That's kind of interesting. Powder attacks are cool. Obviously, the apply overwhelm powder is the best powder by a huge margin, like an insane margin. But is yellow powder worth taking? I don't know. I don't think I actually want any of this stuff. 6 damage for each ruin card in your discard pile, then banish. God, the templating in this game is truly awful. I wonder, I should I wonder if it's a language barrier issue. It might just be that the devs do not, English is not their native language. That would explain, I think, a fair amount of the kinds of weird stuff that we've seen. And I would feel bad being real harsh on them if that was, in fact, the thing that was causing it. The Warden, the commander of the garrison, stands before you, flanked by his elite gold cloaks. There is little time left. Finish this fight. What's the deal with these guys? Their cloaks are all famed, and they bloom in the dawning sunlight, a grave reminder of what little time you have left, because it's morning, I guess. All right, well, let's see what's up. The Warden has 300 total HP. He's got charge. Whenever this character takes more than 25 damage from a single attack, the excess is ignored and converted to armor. That's different from being ignored. Whenever this character moves into a new rank, that rank gains 5 charge. Wow. Okay. So yeah, annoying. We definitely want to kill Banner Dude first, as before. So you're going to do 20 damage to Gray. Everybody wants to kill Gray. Well, we have red powder to start with, which is definitely compelling. Let's draw some cards to start. All right, I think I'm gonna mouse ability. Let's get the powder out. I should absolutely have back-ranked that. What was I doing? I'll tell you what I was doing. Thinking approximately the same amount that I usually think. And then draw a card. Okay, well, that's fine, I suppose. So we're gonna get a lot of bleed. Probably preemptive strategy here. Do I even want to do the injury thing? Probably. Yeah, with this draw, we weren't going to get rid of the shield guy on the first attack anyway, so... So yeah, for some reason, playing that card, getting a double attack causes the bear to poison himself, which is obviously... We've been seeing that same behavior from Tarrowin, and it's obviously not the way that's supposed to work. It does feel like there's a lot of things sure don't seem to... like they're supposed to work that way, coming off of this game. Alright, so we got some blood sort of spread around here. Strange mist off the 1 point of poison, I guess. And then pass the turn and take a fair amount of damage. Okay. So... Well, I mean, let's start with the card draw, right? We're having some remarkably rough luck with our cards. Okay. Let's spend a thing on the bear. We gotta get this mouse out of the front row. Oh, right, sorry, it's back row. It's attacking this time. Yeah, you're gonna hit that whole lane. Yeah, let's withdraw Gray to here. And then now we have enough space to do this again. Injury, man. So Ruination is of none value here. Bull's charge is pretty okay. So you're gonna die, right? Because bleed goes straight to health. Actually, we're over bleeding you. You're gonna do 20 damage to Tarrowin. You're gonna do 20 damage to also Tarrowin. And you're All opponents move/swap in lane. This character's rank gains 15 armor. Okay. So I can just battering ram the flag bearer. And I probably should, right? Wait, is that not the one that... Yeah, if occupied, switch their positions. Oh, right, except the flag bearer has immovable. Well, it would have been cool to prevent the warden from acting, but I don't think it's, like, critical. So... I don't know, you have some bleed on you. We'll just stack up some more spread out bleed effects. And... I guess that's where this turn ends. We just don't have enough, didn't really draw enough good cards. Okay, the mouse being in front, not ideal. We have now drawn all of our injuries, but no blood ritual. There's too many damn cards in my deck. Well, we do have a draw spell this turn at least. It's 15 damage on Terowin and also 15 damage on Terowin. Well... let's apply some bleed there. Shrapnel is actually potentially usable. How did you get to 18 charge already? Yeah, and you're just gonna die, which is wonderful news. Well, we probably just want to halberd that back rank real good. And then... acid burn means you don't get another attack ever again. Yeah, okay, that's lethal. So Terowin's just gonna eat the damage this turn. I wanna try to remove this one too, so we're just dealing with the warden in the back. So if I do sharpened steel, now a shrapnel from Gray should hit here, but the way this attack is broken up, it seems like the charge only affects the initial blow and not the 4x3 afterward. So I want to fire this again, because that'll make the 5 damage, trigger 3 more charge, and then that will apply to the after damage. Okay, pretty good start. We don't want to run a parish. Yeah, no, that seems unnecessary. So I guess we're good. It doesn't really make sense for you to fire Concealed Blade this turn. Yep, cover your face, Terowin. Well, at least we're stacking up lots of poison. Alright, here comes the red powder. This is what we needed. Alright, so what's your deal? You're dead already. You're going to try to deal 12 to the rank. You have to be dead already too. You're going to Battle Cry, deals 18 damage to armor, and applies 3 winded to the opponent party. Moves people around. All stacks of crippled, bleeding, and poisoned are removed. I assume on him, not on not on the people he's affecting. So with an exertion, we get back whatever we want. What do we want? Exertion really is like an extraordinary card. We have Blood Ritual, so I could Exertion back one of the injuries. I don't know if that's the best move. Well, we still have to hit the halberd for quite a bit. Gosh, we still have to hit so many enemies for so much damage. It totally sucks. All right, let's have Gray throw red powder first, because Gray needs the health pretty badly. So you just need like a little bit of a push at this point. And we can just start throwing out the bleeds. I think we can afford to roar the boss instead of this guy. I think this guy's going down without the help from the roar. So let's go ahead and do that. And I think I might actually just exertion back the red powder. Yeah, actually I like that quite a bit. I maybe have Desolin throw it this time with the charge. So okay, exertion back, because we don't have a draw in the discard pile yet. No, none of our draw has come up yet. Really annoying, actually. That really sucks. All right, I could have you just butcher. I'm not sure what I want to do about the exhaust thing, but since you have this, let's throw. Okay, so we still need a tiny little push on you. It's a single concealed blade. Then our dude has 8 stacks of overwhelm. Like we just gotta really lay it on. Oh, take 2 damage is interpreted by the game as deal 2 damage to yourself, I guess, is why the toxic is happening. It shouldn't be. That's a ridiculous way for that to function. But I guess that must be what's happening. Alright, and then, yeah, we just stab the hell out of this dude. Like, I know he's gonna shed his bleed, but he's gonna take it first. And then we probably want to bear off the 3-winded. Alright, he's half dead. Actually, more than half dead when you consider that we got through all that armor. Okay, I appreciate him swapping out one of these nerds. Steals the armor of the ally with the most armor, and then... Okay, so he's gonna... See, this says 118 underneath it, which worries me, but he's not actually hitting anybody for 118. Okay, it's fine. We finally drew some card draw, which is outstanding. All the stamina loss isn't really affecting us that much. Okay, interesting. So you could pass forward 5 charge, and we could get that a whole bunch of times. I probably want to just bill hook you out of the thing. I think that makes sense. Let's just bill hook you to the back row. not worry about your nonsense this turn. We're going to have Gray upper hand because it does wild, unpredictable damage. It was less that time, and this time it made him gain 50... Oh, right, Champion. I forgot about how Champion was going to interact with the weird invisible damage, because the weird invisible damage is a thing that we shouldn't really have to deal with, probably. Okay, that's pretty bad, actually. Pretty hugely bad. Yeah, go ahead and pass that forward. You can do a pincer attack. Now we got to get through all this armor again. Alright, just don't deal the damage all at once is the secret. Okay, we got back through it. Not ideal. Okay. I do appreciate them all standing in the same rank. Deals damage equal to current armor. 20 damage and 20 damage. That one's not so bad. This one's a problem. So, we do have an enemy who has 8 bleed up. And we can certainly increase that amount. Can double their current... So in order to put enough bleed onto the boss to kill him, we'd have to target... Boy, somebody would have to have a lot of bleed. If we got the boss to 22 stacks of bleed, then Bloodbath would get us the rest of the way. I don't think that's really feasible. I mean, we'll draw a card and we'll see what's up, I guess. We'll draw it with the bear. Okay, that doesn't really help that much. So you're just gonna kill Gray. There's very little we can do about it because we do not have any move. Yup. Bummer, y'all. Okay, let's throw out some red powder. Then we have a pretty okay exquisite sword strike. The 5 armor is going to prove to be insufficient. But we can get some good damage onto you at least. And then not going to be able to, like, there's no way we get through enough of this guy's armor to make his attack not lethal, right? So I don't think it's worth even really thinking about it. We're not going to increase the amount of blood, the amount of bleed stacks that this guy has right now. So let's ruin the sulfuric bomb. Maybe... Well, it's a little frustrating because, like, the card we ruin is likely to provide additional bleed. A lot of the ruin cards do, but you know, this will have been played already. You know, that's not so bad. Gray can go out with a real bang there. Actually, can Gray kill this guy now? Because we have a 75% damage increase. Oh, plus he has vulnerable. Yeah, I think Gray can actually just kill this one. That's pretty good. And then sadly Gray takes one for the team in the most serious possible way. Well, I guess we're gonna have to get through all this armor. So let's get the poison working. And goodbye, Gray. You served us very well. Wait, why was that a kill? You did 20 damage with 4 charge against a person... I don't think that was supposed to be a kill. I must have missed some numbers somewhere. Alright, so 16 damage to you. The 2 remaining party members are extremely hardy. But that's not necessarily going to be enough to get us where we're going, right? I guess let's start with the quick hands on you. Battering ram doesn't really help here. Cool. Double injury. Well, we're certainly not dealing damage to vitality this round. We can put up some blood, though. So it probably is most sensible to have you engage the carnage, and obviously we have a number of unplayable cards that it doesn't hurt to ruin. We should be able to get through this nerd's health. Right, he's back over 60 armor, so he gets vulnerable instead of bleeding, but honestly, that might be really good for us. It might be exactly what we want. Is there a reason that I wouldn't want you to move to the front rank? I don't think so. Doesn't really matter where. And then you could thresh pretty hard. Yeah, I guess so, right? It doesn't seem like there's any reason not to. Oh, right, except the poison, because the game interprets... Yeah. That's annoying, but not really any worse than annoying. Alright, poison stacks are getting pretty high. I would really love my billhook. There it is. Yeah, I wanna separate these two. I do not want them getting turns at the same time all of the time. But before we separate them, we do get to throw the red powder. I don't think it matters much who does it. Oh, this is the healing powder. Never mind. It totally does matter. Alright, and then we billhook. Okay, you're gonna apply a ton of nonsense. You get out of there. Okay, so coordination's pretty good on a character with 12 weapon damage. We are going to get this dude. Sharpened steel, also pretty good on a character with this much weapon damage. Ruination, actually totally fine on a character with this much weapon damage. So you're actually probably dead before you act again. We would have to draw a very bad hand indeed for that not to be true. And so I probably just want to thresh the dude in the back, right? Oh, except I gained myself poison. Damn it. Okay. Yeah, we got to draw very, very poorly. Which we did not. We drew fine. So red powder the back row for sure. Doesn't really matter who we do it with, I don't think. You're gonna take 15 damage, so we just have to give you a little love tap. I don't know if poison damage, bleed damage is definitely not boosted by overwhelm. Poison probably isn't either, right? So let's assume I do actually have to hit you for the full 3 damage. Okay, looks good. Unless there's some kind of thing I've forgotten about. No, I think we're good. You're good and dead. So while this fellow is all damaged up here, we are not going to do a great big banish. That would be very silly. I guess I am just going to, like, wind the bear a little bit. Right. We're going to do one of these with the other character as well. And then, like, pincer, and we'll hand 2 charge over to you. So this would nearly, but not exactly, kill the weasel. 15 vitality damage. I mean, it is pretty good. And the weasel totally survives it. We're going for it. Wow, that was more than I... Well, he had the 3 overwhelm and the... Yeah, okay. So, not the cleanest fight. If there's another fight after this, we're doomed. Smaller parties will level up faster. The game tells us by way of consoling us. Okay, good. It seems that that was the ending, because we are not prepared to do another fight. Well, now that is a late title card. May well be one of the latest title cards I've ever seen, actually. Okay, so the gate's opening, and what is... I have no idea where it goes from here. Does it unlock a new type of run, or... It's true, we did vanquish some dudes. So, an awful lot of leveling up done. We have sort of like a general profile level, and then a level for each race as well. Winning elite combat encounters is worth bonus stuff. Okay, I mean, Weasel was pretty unlocked already, I feel like. Ooh, that's a cool card. At the end of their turn, if this character has at least 15 armor, they gain anticipation, which is awesome. Also a neat card. I like the presentation of this a lot. Cards that rely on cards and abilities that rely on killing and dying are a little... I guess you kill far more often than someone in the party dies, so that triggers a little bit better. So I feel like we already had Taste for Blood unlocked. Didn't we see that available to level up? Available as a choice at level up at some point? So I'm assuming we've unlocked some new upgrade tokens, because we definitely already had upgrade tokens unlocked. So, okay, as you continue to level up the races, presumably by getting experience with characters of that race, you unlock more tiers, which unlocks more stuff you can find in the adventure. I mean, at least Roar is a pretty good card. I don't know, this still seems like a pretty soft talent choice, but... or, passive choice, but on the other hand... We did have a couple of times there where, like, there was not really any good passive in the choice we got, so... This is for sure a choice that we already definitely had, so I don't know. Maybe the unlock system's not exactly working correctly. So we need another 385 XP to unlock. I feel like these unlock a little bit slowly. Given... Like, I know that basically I'm saying... You want me to complete 2 runs before having most of the factions unlocked, but like, also, each run is like 6 hours long, so... So we also unlocked oaths, I think it said, or challenges. Do we... Okay, here we go. So these are just score multipliers, and I'm assuming by score it means final XP. So like you get more XP and thus unlock stuff faster. These don't necessarily seem super exciting to play with. Like, they're all going to make the game more difficult if you want to dial the difficulty up, and I think that it's fair to do so because, as we saw there, you can play pretty poorly and still make it through. But they're not, like, not in a particularly interesting way, it seems like, for a lot of these. And especially, like, this is just nothing, right? You do not need your party members to have more than 100 armor. But, like, stuff like this, the game's biggest problem, as things stand right now, is that the enemies have too much health. Not in the sense that they're difficult to kill, but in the sense that they take too long to kill after you've defeated them. So this seems like it's going to make the game just, like, real boring. And so now we can start with a weasel, which is neat, but, like, it's just going to be the same campaign, right? It doesn't seem like we've unlocked, like, a new type of adventure to go on. I gotta be honest with you. I don't feel like there was a lot of variance in there. I'm sure there are, like, different bosses and stuff, but a campaign is so long, and the vast majority of what you're going to be doing seems like it's going to be really, really similar from run to run. I think this is where we're going to call it for today. Y'all know that I don't show up looking to badmouth a game, ever, but we might not do a second run here. I think we maybe get the idea. The game's real pretty, but I don't know that the mechanical... Like, we can pursue different strategies, but I don't know that they're actually going to feel all that different in execution. The enemies aren't that different from one another, and because the battles are so long but challenging or dangerous for such a small portion of the overall battle, I don't know. Leave me go ahead and leave your feelings about it in the comments. If you really think that there is more to see here, if there's some exciting variety that I am discounting, go ahead and let me know how you feel. If you think, yeah, we've seen enough, let's move on to something else, go ahead and let me know that too. And I'm gonna consider. And when you come back next time tomorrow, we'll see. We'll just see what's up, I suppose. And we'll see you then.